Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week's episode, we're going down to the Georgia-Florida line around Lake Seminole, Chattahoochee, the city of Chattahoochee, and we're talking to Tim Trone about his Georgia record, Blue Cat. He caught it in October of 2020, so it's been less than a year, and there'd been nobody actually went and interviewed him, so I contacted him and said, hey, I'd like to come down there and interview you and talk to you about your Georgia record, Blue Cat. And he said, yeah, come on down and let's do some fishing too. So we went down there and we caught skipjack, we fished a tournament. Well, we didn't fish the tournament together. We actually fished it in separate boats. And of course, he beat me, but he is a great fisherman, guys. He's not just a lucky guy. And you'll see in this interview, he tells all about what happened, how he caught the fish, and all the things leading up to that, and how he had to try to jump through hoops to get it weighed and certified and everything. And I tell you, it's a lot to all this. And my hat's off to him for how hard he tried to keep the fish alive and everything like that. And like I say, he is a true great fisherman. He's just wasn't, like I say, wasn't lucky. Wasn't just out there fished 2 or 3 times a year and that luckily got on it. This guy fished tournaments. He wins tournaments. He's the points leader of the tournament that we actually fished in, the Chat Cat tournament, and he's the leader in that, and he fishes other tournaments also. So he's a great fisherman. So anyhow, let's go talk to him about how he caught his 110-pound blue catfish. Hey everybody, it's Daryl again back with you. Appreciate you joining us. We are here in South Georgia, right on the Florida-Georgia line. We are interviewing somebody that I think you'll find interesting. It's Tim Trone. Tim Trone. And he has caught the Georgia state record blue catfish. And how many pounds was that, Tim?
110 pounds, 6 ounces.
110 pounds, 6 ounces. Tim, what I will do is start out telling us where you're from. I know you're actually from Georgia. Where are you at?
I'm originally from Illinois. I moved to Florida about 25 years ago.
25 years ago. And so then you got into fishing catfish when you moved down here?
Yes, sir. I've always kind of catfished all my life. Nothing like this. Started tournament fishing. But in the last couple of years, I really turned it on. Used to coon hunt a lot, and that was my other thing. And got kind of tired of it and decided to take up another hobby.
And so you started down here. Now, did you start out fishing with somebody? How did you learn the waters? And did you start out in Georgia, Florida?
Started out in Georgia. A friend of mine's got some private land. We just go bank fish off of, catch some flathead. And it slowly progressed into me fishing more, getting my own boat. And met a couple people that do the tournaments and got into tournament fishing.
Yeah. And then, so did you start fishing with them, or did you just sort of go out on your own? Or?
I went fishing one time with a buddy, and then that's when I went out on my own. Fished primarily 95% of the time I fished by myself.
Yeah. And then you caught this fish. What date was it?
October 17th of 2020. Yeah, 2020.
So less than a year ago.
Yes, sir.
Less than a year ago. You caught this, and from what you're telling me, you caught this on opening day of deer season.
Opening day of deer season, so that's what made it everything hard.
Yeah. Tell us about. Give me a start out of the day, what time of the day, all that.
Well,
what happened?
We started with the Chat Cat tournament up here in, we was out of Florence Marina. We started, I think, tournament started at 9 o'clock. Well, we rolled up in a couple spots. I had 3 small fish. Went on up to another spot, and where I was going to sit, there was a boat sitting there. Well, so I went on up about 200 yards and piled in up there against the corner. You know, caught me some brim. Throw me out a piece of cut brim. It wasn't 5-10 minutes. I got a little bite. By God, she didn't pull. She just pulled like a little fish, just barely bumped the rod tip. Finally pulled down a little bit, and I laid into her. And surprised me. That was one of them things that you'd never expect to happen. Never fought, never rolled, nothing. No pull on the line. She just reeled into the boat.
Wow. So just no fight out of it.
Dead weight.
That's yeah. I found that when I caught my 72-pound flathead, I caught it straight down from the boat, and I pretty much just reeled the weight of the fish up.
Yes, sir.
That's what I did, and I found, I don't know what with you, but catching big fish, they don't fight. And I think I told you yesterday, Kim and I fished a little yesterday. Those bigger fish seem not to fight as good as I've found that the 40-pounders actually fight better than those bigger fish that you catch.
The best fight I ever had was a 45-pounder here about Christmas.
Same here.
And whipped me. I mean, fight, hard current, and just doing everything it could to get away from me.
Yeah. And so you caught this, then you started going through trying to find out the weight. And
it was 11.
Tell me about that.
It was 11 a.m. I caught her. I called a friend of mine, Clayton Lynn, that runs the Chat Cat tournament. Told him, I said, man, I didn't catch a pig, I caught a hog. I sent him a picture. He thought, well, no, he didn't catch. And then he got to thinking, he says, he never sends me pictures in the daylight. So he called me back, and, we talked about it a second. Well, I was going to drive down the river and meet him. And so we got her in, pulled down the boat that was below me where I was going to sit the first time. I said, you got a scale over 50 pounds. Go over 50 pounds. He's like, no. Yes, I do. Well, we finally got on the boat. We got together and we picked that fish up. About a foot over, still hanging in the boat, and bottomed at that 100-pound scale.
Wow.
So
100-pound scale. You knew you had something.
I knew I had something. When I first caught her, I thought, what, 50 pounds?
Yeah.
I didn't think nothing of it until I got her by the edge of the boat. We got, I called Clayton, and he said he'd meet me about 6 miles down the river. I set the fish in the water, put it in gear. That's all I did is put it in gear and rolled down the river. And he was 6 miles away. Well, 30 minutes later, he called me and said, where are you at? I said, I'm coming. He said, I'm just coming to you. So he eased in a boat and was coming up to me. I didn't make it 2 miles. So, I wasn't going no speed. It was mainly the Chattahoochee just flushed me down the river. He come around the corner and see me sitting sideways. He said, that's got to be Trone. He's just floating. He got up to me and we picked her up and got her in the boat, and we got to thinking, said, what are we going to do? Well, I had a 100-gallon live well in my truck. So he said, well, I'll just meet you in the truck. I went on down the river and we put her in the back of the truck. And while I was waiting on him, I made a call to the Georgia DNR. Nobody knew who to contact. It was opening day of deer season.
Yeah.
They didn't. What they had on their mind was deer hunting.
Right,
they had nothing on their mind about fishing. So I was on the phone a couple hours just trying to get someone down to officially weigh this fish so I could turn her loose.
And meanwhile, you've got it in this 100-gallon tank,
Yeah.
trying to keep it alive the best you knew how.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aerating
Yes, sir.
everything. Yeah.
And she was doing good. She was doing good. Tournament ended at 5 o'clock. We weighed everything, and in the middle of that, a guy come with one of them 300-pound spring scales. Picked her up, said 151 pounds, and I'm thinking, that's world record size.
Yeah.
Well, when we weighed her, she got heavy, and I set her on a table, and she belched up about a 5-gallon bucket of water, which would have been 40 pounds, which would have put me world record size. So we got done. I won the tournament, got big fish, imagine.
Think so.
Yeah. So we rolled on. I said, all right, guys, I'm heading home. Well, I found a guy to actually certify weigher, but we didn't know everything about certifying weighing. But we got a certified scale on her. I took her home, and my pool, I got well water, which is fine.
Right, yeah.
But I guess the stress and, just completely out of water.
Still waiting on the DNR.
Still waiting. If DNR would have came, she would have got turned loose.
Right, yeah.
Well, 5 hours after tournament, which was about 10:30, maybe 5.5 hours, when I had her in my pool, I just watched her just slowly quit breathing. It sucked.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I didn't like it, but so the first thing I had to do, because I talked to him, I said put her on ice.
Right.
That way she won't lose a lot of her water weight.
Right.
Put her on ice that Monday.
So they didn't even come out. You
No.
had to wait till Monday.
Yeah, I had to wait till the biologist on Monday, and I had to drive about 70 miles to Albany. Well,
That's sad.
it is. I got to Albany. There was no biologist on the site. So they said, well, what you need to do is go over to the public fishing area. We got biologists over there, about another 80 miles. So I got in and right over there. We weighed her. Officially, Georgia state record.
Right.
Then it hits you. You're like,
Yeah,
whoa, So after that, I told him, I said, well, does the biologist want to look at her? And of course he did. So I took her to Tim Bonvecchio over Waycross, which is another 60, 70 miles. Well, we went over and seen him. He weighed her, got her oldest stones, I believe, is in her head. Don't quote me on that name. got the stones out for aging her. He checked her, and he said, I'm not for sure, but he said, I can't find any ovaries, any old egg sacs. So there's
probably pretty much sterile.
Probably pretty sterile.
And how much did they figure out she weighed?
She weighed 110.6.
And then they thought she was how old?
She was 23 years old.
So guys, let me just put it this way. I know a lot of people are thinking, good God, you should have let that fish go. This fish had great genes, no doubt about it. She had put those great genes out there for 20-something years. They pretty much thought she was sterile. So, we're talking about the state record here. So you can't really be hating if she didn't put those great genes out there in those 23 years, 1 or 2 more years, which was about the lifespan, she wasn't going to. So, you can't just hate on that. You tried. He puts them in a 100-gallon tank. He puts her, aerated, puts it in well water, everything you can do. But, if you can't get them out there, and they have to check it till Monday, and, and I know I'm not trying to jump on the DNR, but, it's deer season. They're having to go out here and check. Just a bad time of
Yes,
year.
it was. Yes, it was. And now I know there's a number. In Georgia, you catch any state record, you look up Georgia fish kill, it alerts the biologist. There's a biologist in each area on call 24/7.
And it's sad they didn't tell you that.
Yeah, they didn't know.
Called. Yeah, well, I'm talking about the DNR when you called them.
Yeah, they didn't know that either.
Yeah. But, so anyway, I say, so then you wound up and you found out, and then they certified it?
Yes, sir.
The biologist did? Is that what you certified, or once you did the scale?
The other biologist at the public fishing area done the scale weigh and all that. The biologist just wanted to get her age, sex her, and just the regular things to see what it is about her.
Yeah. So guys, there it is. I mean, we're not trying to make this a long drawn out story, but hey, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Less than a year. It's been less than a year. Nobody's really come out and interviewed you about this, and I was like, actually, a guy told me about him on one of the Facebook pages, and Tim contacted me just to come down here and go fishing with him and catch some skipjack. I was like, hey, I want to interview you on this. So, guys, I wanted everybody to hear this story.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, we enjoyed being with Tim, and he's a great guy, well-spoken. And hats off to this guy. He did a real good job. And guys, I really appreciate all y'all tuning in. If you would subscribe to our channel. We put out pretty much 2 videos every week. I take different people fishing. I go by myself a lot. We do all types of different videos, not just catfishing. We're going to be doing hunting videos, a lot of different things. So stay tuned every week, and if you would subscribe, hit that bell. Like us, share us, tell people about us if you like our channel. Thank you.